Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be doing my AFL review of the Melbourne versus Richmond game, round 6, going through who went well, who didn't, and who's really a actual choice, as we had some people come back from injuries and actually return really well, and some people, I guess, got a different role and didn't score so well in the end. So before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So for Melbourne, it was Viney, Petrarca, and Oliver basically that ran the whole show. I mean, Gawn got up to a decent score in the end, and this is kind of what I expect from Gawn. A little bit less output, but a more effective output, especially with Grundy here. Where is he? 54. Glad that I traded him out. That's a plus 75 from going from him to English. So that's a massive game. But talking about Viney, he stood out in the second and fourth quarter. I won't lie, I didn't really notice him too much, especially because he didn't do much until he kicked the first goal, and then he was just around the ground a lot, and I didn't notice him as too much because I was really focusing on the Oliver Petrarca battle, as I just wanted Oliver to only beat Petrarca by 10. That's my motto this whole year with Petrarca. And it worked, I guess, but so I wasn't taking much notice on Viney, but from here it looks like he really stacked it in terms of the a lot of marks. I can see at least 5 or so, I'm guessing. Let me check on Viney. And remember, I did say that in my one of my videos this week that Viney would be a decent option. And we look here, he had 15-15, 6 marks, 2 tackles, 2 free falls, and a goal. So yeah, he is a really good option and didn't even need to get involved in the tackles. So I'm really liking that option at the moment, but I can't get to him this week, I don't think. So that sort of sucks. Petrarca did exactly what I thought he would do, to be honest. 27, 20, 27, 29. And the thing about him is that he could have easily kicked not only a goal or 2 in this game, but he could have landed another 2 or 3 tackles. He got burnt on the lead 2 or 3 times where it was just an easy kick to him, and he just dropped the ball about 5 or 6 times, to be honest with you, just fumbling it, and didn't get either a tackle in that, like in the aftermath of that, or a disposal. So he could have easily gone probably 125, 130, if I'm being honest with you, quite easily. So I like that volatility, that he's still getting a ton, but he has the ability to go 125, 130, and he's averaging 105. And is Oliver back to 124, or is that before his before the 103? So if we look here, Oliver's averaging 120 now, so it's getting closer and closer and closer between those two. And yeah, so it's not the most terrible pick to get Petrarca anymore. I don't think from the start, I would say, not necessarily now, but I think you'll see if Oliver can have a couple of bad games, it will start to even up. And if it's only +8 to Oliver, then Petrarca's like winning that, I guess. Almost the pick is winning it, because I spent only, I think it was like 90k less to get Petrarca, which was the equivalent of like 10 or 11 points worth. So that's exactly what I wanted out of Petrarca. Oliver did his job, got to 100 in the end, but yeah, got pretty lucky. And he absolutely butchers the ball if he's not got a free kick or a mark, because he just puts it on the boot and mongrels it forward and hopes for the best, honestly. Then you have Gawn here, who just did his job a little bit. I think he just took time off in the second, as he had an injury to his like eye or something, or eyebrow. It was somewhere up there, and then came back and scored 61 in the second half to really explode. Langdon did all right. Brayshaw, came alive in the last quarter, but then again, 80 for a guy at his price is just not good enough. Hibbert, Lever, Sparrow, Jordan, none of these guys too important. And then the only real mistake I made was going Mackenzie over Chandler. Chandler had a huge third, 32 points, and really lifted himself up to, I guess, get get what he needed to get and beat his break even by 6. So he'll end up going up by about 5 or so K. But the 100 comes out of his rotation now, so we'll see that break even probably skyrocket now up. So I think he's a must trade out for people that have him now. And then we go down, McVee beat his break even again, so he's been a really, really good pick actually now. He's probably going to be close to 380k now, so he's starting to really rise. Bowie, Grundy, Rivers got subbed out, so he's just been a horrific pick ever since he started to get touted up. And then no one else here really. Laurie got subbed in, but his break even screwed, so not a good pick. And then you have, for Richmond, you've got Taranto here, who absolutely dominated. To have a 23 as your worst quarter, and to have two 40-point quarters, or 40-plus quarters, is huge. And you can see even he had a free kick against here, so this was a 26-point quarter, and then he had a free kick against, I just want to look with Taranto and Petrarca, how many free kicks against did they have? One free kick, and I'm guessing Taranto was 2. Nope, 1. Okay, 1-1. That's not bad. 1-1. Going evens and losing 2 points is not the end of the world for those guys. And 138 from Taranto is huge, and it pretty much puts me over the line to get 2,000, which will be huge. And that'll be huge in the context of me being able to hold my rank, I guess, against a lot of people. Hold my rank currently, which is like 18k. And hold that against a lot of people who have Setterfield and Dacos in the next game. Short looked really good. It was mentioned by a mate in just before the bounce or something that he was actually going to be probably a good option in a couple of weeks. And I said just watch out for his break even to even out before doing that. And I didn't expect him to put up 117 to basically even out his break even straight away. And if we look at short... here we go. Short. Here he is. He averages 88 at the moment, a 79 and a 70 in the midfield. But I think now that they have their midfield back, as in Dusty's back, Cochin's still playing a little bit forward, but you've got you have a lot of their midfielders back. So I think that's and Hopper's playing well as well. So I think Short is a good option because he's going to get DPP in round 11 or whenever they come out. I forget whether it's round 11 or round 12. But he will get that dual position and he'll be a top 6 defender. There's no doubt about that he'll be a top 6 defender. And yeah, so he's going to be a guy that I look to get in either probably next week, I would say. Probably next week, as I can get him in for Jimby and just place him at M5 and then slide him back when the time comes. And then Hopper did really well, but I don't expect him to continue. He's not... But the problem about Hopper is I don't think he has the ability to go 130 plus. I think he did it once, but that's in 6 games. And no, 111, 109, 100, 82 and 71. So am I worried that... Let's look at Richmond's fixture list. Oh, that's an interesting one because he'll go up to probably 780k. And 780k with this run. Then Geelong, who he could score well against. Essendon, Port, Giants. This is a really good run, especially post-bye. This run for Richmond is alright post-bye. But yeah, so I don't know about him, to be honest. I'll have to look more into that. Dusty Martin did alright today. I should say yesterday, because this is filmed on the Tuesday. Then Vlosten, Pickett, Revolt, Rioli, Bolton. Sempton Ryan did really well for a rookie, and that's going to give his break-even a massive... it's going to go down massively. If we look here, he drops a 57 out of his rotation, I think, next round. I don't think it's this coming round. So he's got some really good... and even if it was to drop out, I think his break-even would still only be like 25 or so. But I think his break-even will go down to like 0 or so. And he'll be sitting at 300k with a break-even of 0. And he's got Gold Coast next week against just solely Jared Witts. And it looks like they prefer him almost in the ruck compared to Miller. Because Miller's the one that gets subbed out quite more, and he's also starting to clunk those marks as well, so he's getting those scores as well, so that's really good from him. I forgot to talk about Van Rooyen and the fact that he was almost subbed out before that spree that he went on here, and he scored 41 in the last quarter just because he took one mark and goaled it and got to 12 in the quarter. Then then they started to get afraid of him jumping above them, so he got a free kick and kicked it behind. Then he took another mark and goaled, and then he took another mark and goaled. So he kicked 3 goals, 1 in the quarter in the space of 20 minutes. But in the space of 5 minutes, he kicked 2 goals, 1, and obliterated basically finished the game off. And then, so what was I talking? I talked about Ryan. Cumberland started the game like a house on fire, but then forgot how to play basically, and or fantasy wise, he forgot how to play. His pressure's still there, but no fantasy score basically after quarter time, and he fell away to a 55. Baker had a horrific game, so a lot of people had him in the back line, but he had a horrific game with Short being back there, so his role is ruined like I thought it would be. So glad I didn't go there. Bolter, Clark, Miller got subbed, and then no one else here really did anything. And yeah, so that's the review of the Melbourne versus Richmond game, in which Melbourne overran Richmond in the last quarter solely through basically Van Rooyen, and came out winners by, what was it, 18 points? Yeah, 18 points. So I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.